morning, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call. I'd like to speak with Commissioner Doherty about the sewer project that they're planning to vote on soon. When will the vote actually be, Commissioner?
Well, we're having a workshop actually next Tuesday. Charlotte County Utilities is going to give us an update as to where they are with the. I guess they've been collecting data and so forth on water quality data and on all that's preliminary stuff, and we'll get an update on Tuesday. We'll have a better understanding then. So I'm not sure exactly when we're going to have it agenda to go ahead with the project, but we'll know a lot more on Tuesday. Stay tuned.
Okay, so Commissioner, I'm the gentleman, Scott Anderchek, who addressed the committee the last couple of times, the county, the Board of Commissioners the last couple of times.
Yes, sir.
Is it still the county's position that it is a water quality issue is the reason why you're going forward with the sewer project?
Well, I'll speak, concerning my own background. I'm not speaking for the entire board at this point, but I'm a civil engineer, and I've had the opportunity over the years to design septic systems, and really the concern I've got is the systems were designed prior to 1983 at a much lower elevation around the county. And what happens is in many of those systems, the drain fields interface, come in contact with, or actually go below the water table elevation. And what will happen is if you're close to a water body, a canal or a lake, the water table is connected. The lakes are superficial bodies and superficial aquifer. And so there is the potential for the nutrients, at least, from the septic system's drain fields to get into the water table and then migrate over to the water bodies. I think what we're going to see eventually, I know there's data being collected by the consultants for Charlotte County Utilities. I think what we'll see is a seasonal variation in nutrient loadings in the water bodies. In other words, during the dry season, when the water table drops and there's a separation between the drain field and the water table, the water is cleaner. Let's just use that term. When the wet season arrives and we get to around Labor Day,
saturation.
Yeah, and I in some cases, I think I even mentioned at the town hall meeting here at the event center last week, we've even seen over the years in some of the really old systems built by Mackle or General Development back in the 60s, that they actually hydraulically fail because they were built so low. They just do not function. It's a gravity system, so if the water table rises too high, there's no way for it to get out. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm concerned about is nutrient loadings. We have federal agencies, state agencies looking at total maximum daily loadings, DLs they call it, and those criteria haven't been all defined yet. But it's an ongoing issue. Plus, in that particular area, the 1A, Phase 1A they call it, around East and West Spring Lake, that connects directly over to the beach complex, Manchester Waterway, and I believe we're under some sort of a consent order. I've got to get more details on that, but we've got an agreement with the state to start cleaning that up. So I'm looking for the data. I have not seen the data yet, but as an engineer, I've seen enough information over the years, studied these types of systems. I'll be surprised if we don't see an increase in nutrient loadings during the wet season in our East and West Spring Lake systems.
Well, actually, a lot of our group is actually on Spring Lake. I myself am right in the middle of Spring Lake, and it's just beautiful here, and we absolutely love it, and we also want to keep it clean. So we're just curious that if the testing is actually being done for human, excuse me, I'm sorry, pardon me, human coliform, because as I said yesterday at the meeting, there are no tests done by FDEP or the University of South Florida with their water atlas that are actually separating whether or not it's human coliform or it's animal coliform. So that's one of our questions. You just mentioned some samples that are being taken now. Are they actually testing for human coliform?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm fairly new on the board. I'm